Good morning, everyone. We are getting the stream going. Sarah should be on in just a moment. Her iPad's giving her a little bit of trouble, so she asked if I could get us going. So cross your fingers that Sarah's iPad resurrects and you don't have to deal with just me alone. Well, we have Jesse too, so
Yeah, I'm here.
we're going to take a look at the July 2024 Sam's Bead Box Journey to Athens. This is one of my favorite themes we've done in a while. And so I'll take you through some of the beads in it. And then Sarah has a project in mind. I have a couple projects I want to start getting to tinker with this morning. It should be a lot of fun. So wave hello in the comments and give folks a moment to come in. And let me see if we have any update from Sarah. But she's joined the stream twice. And after 3 seconds, it crashed. So we shall see. I think she's going to try to set up her phone. Let's see what she said. But in the meantime, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm Sam of Sam's Bead Shop. I am not Sarah Lovecraft, but sometimes we feel like siblings, and I will do my best to fill in for Sarah's shoes.
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm really sorry that I'm like this.
It's okay.
But at least I'm here.
You're here. I mean, I can do this. There we go.
That makes it a little better. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hi, everybody.
now it's like we're on FaceTime, Sarah.
I know. It's so weird. I'm so sorry. Thank you for starting the show without me.
Not a problem. I just yammered for 2 minutes, so now I'm glad you're here now.
Me too. I was afraid you were going to have to do this one without me because I was not getting anywhere today. But whew, okay, the phone saves the day, and I've got full battery on my phone, so we're good to go.
Amazing. Well, good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Stressed, but good.
Well, we're going to take a collective breath together. Oh, even better already.
And I have something to tell you.
Okay.
So, okay. It's not all that exciting, but you'll appreciate this because you have encouraged me. So, you asked me if there was pickleball in my area. There is not. At least I thought there was not pickleball in my area. So Q and I had been having this conversation. We're like, where can we do this pickleball thing? Because there's just like nowhere in this area. And we happened to be out this past weekend. And we were in town where we live. We pulled up to a red light, and there was a little sign stuck on the side of the road that said, "Indoor pickleball open now." And I was like, it's a sign.
Yep. Literally and literally.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have not been yet, but now I have a place where I can play pickleball, and I can do it inside. I'm so excited.
This is very exciting. I will need photos of you and Q's first time playing.
Yes,
I hope they have a good intro clinic.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
This is very exciting. Yeah. Because you need another hobby, Sarah.
Well, I kind of do, and I think this is going to be a really good one to get me out of this office and like moving around without being in the gym. This is like my alternative to the gym because I get tired of the gym. So this is going to be great.
I obviously highly recommend.
Yes.
I'm 2.5 years in now, Sarah, and the addiction is still going strong.
I can't wait. I know Q is going to absolutely love it, and it will be his new favorite thing in the whole world. So I cannot wait. It's going to be fun. So I'll keep you posted on that. But I had to tell you because I was going to forget if I didn't. So yeah.
That's very exciting. My pickleball update is that we had new courts open 1 minute from the office.
Mm-hmm.
So Sara and I have started like organizing people there.
Wow.
Last night we had 32 people playing last night.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's incredible. That's so cool.
It was super fun. It's just such great vibes. So we're going to jump in today, everyone, because I know everyone is here for the beady goodness and the Sarah Sam hangs. So today's all about Journey to Athens, Sam's Bead Box. If you're not familiar with Sam's Bead Box, it is a curated monthly box with a surprise theme. It comes to you automatically every month to you. And you can get subscribed at samsbeadbox.com. Sara even has a code Sara for $5 off your first box. And it's kind of one of the fun things we do here at the shop. We love curating palettes, and it's super fun getting to pick out the beads for everyone every single month. And we really put a lot of effort into it. So we're gonna flip around my camera so we can take a look at this month's box. I actually don't know what Sara thinks of the box yet. She might hate it.
Never. No, I actually think that this color palette is incredible. This is one of my favorites. I was really kind of curious as to what you were going to do that was going to be summer-ish without being beachy. You know what I mean? And this is still checking all of the summertime boxes. The color palette, it's just dreamy. And I love it because it's like we're going on a trip without leaving. I love it.
Right?
We're going on a beady journey.
Yeah, so we always put an insert in the box. So I'll just briefly look at the top part here to bring you into our world. Travel back in time with us to ancient Greece. Imagine after 3 days at sea on Greece's teal and turquoise waters, you step onto shore and take in the sparkling sands of Athens' coastline. The marketplace is quiet today as many are traveling north for the Olympic Games, eager to see who will win honor and be crowned with a wreath of olive branches. After enjoying a warm meal, you stop to pick up a gift at the booth of your favorite jeweler. You can't help but marvel at the intricate goldwork. Our July box transports us to the Athenian coast.
So pretty.
Shall we take a look, Sara?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, so there's a fair number of beads in this box. We're going to kind of go over highlights, so we still have time today for all of the creations. Do you still think you're going to be able to set up your phone to show us your beautiful creations today?
So that's what I was kind of concerned about. It maybe I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna power through this somehow.
We'll just have Q come in and hold the phone, okay?
Yeah.
Or Albert.
Since he's not here, it'll have to be one of the dogs.
All right, Albert, come on. I actually did see a video yesterday of a dog holding up a phone for a guy who was trying to film himself. It was so random that I saw this yesterday.
I love that.
Alrighty, so can we start with some of the Sara top faves?
Yes. Okay. So it was really, really hard to pick my favorites here, but the little squares with the starburst in the center. That's my number one right there. Love.
You taking my number one, Sara.
We can share.
Yeah, these were one of our many custom beads for the box because we just really wanted that glistening gold effect with the AB. It felt so much like the sun hitting the water and then the golden sands. It felt perfect.
So pretty. And then my number 2 actually goes right with that, and that's the little English cut up there in the top right or left corner. Yep, those. Yeah. They were just made for each other. They really were made for each other, and they work perfectly with the sea green that you've used in this box. Like I could not think of a better choice than that. Oh, yep. You just picked up my third favorite.
Which one? The teal?
The teal and the big drop in your hand. Oh my.
Yep.
Oh, so gorgeous.
Actually, I don't think this one's a bead box. That's not a bead. Is that?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a bead box.
Do we have 2 different daggers? I'm already getting confused.
Yeah.
Oh, I think some people may have gotten this. I think we had 2 different daggers. This may have been one of them.
I was about to say, because I don't think I have those that you just put down.
This one? Yeah. I think some people got one of either dagger this month.
Oh my gosh, and they're both beautiful.
Yeah, you kind of can't go wrong. Let's see. So we have lots of gems in this box. We'll take a look at those. These are some Amazonite and moonstone here with some nice sunstone sparkle in it too.
So pretty.
And they felt like little coastal rocks to me.
Yeah.
In their freeform shaping. And then one of my personal favorites is sunstone when it has some nice sparkle in it.
So pretty.
And then, oh yeah, there's still more. Then we did some Amazonite. I thought really fit nicely with the theme this month, especially with the tone variety. There's different types of Amazonite. This is one that's sometimes called black and gold Amazonite because of the inclusions in it. Absolutely love that one. And then, oh wait, there's still another gem, Sarah. Oh my goodness. And I happen to know that you like I happen to know that you like Aquaterra Jasper.
I do so much. So much.
So you got little squares as well. I'm very curious what I want to do with these. I've been kind of eyeing these. And I have a few ideas for today. So in case Sarah can't get her phone upright, we could do a challenge where Sarah tells my hands what to do.
We could totally do that. Listen, the little square Aquaterra Jasper that you just held up reminds me of like the cobblestone. Okay, listen, first of all, I have never been to Athens or Greece. I've never been outside of the country, but I imagine I'm like thinking like the cobblestone on the streets, a little sandy, a little gritty. That's what those make me think of. I think that they're absolutely beautiful, and I think they would look great in a bracelet for sure.
I also think a bracelet for that sort of flat shape. And I think the last gem is we were able to put a whole bunch of like little bonus Amazonite in every single box. And look at the blue of this Amazonite. I just like am so obsessed.
They're so pretty.
So everyone got like a mixed pack of about 6 pieces. And we were able to score some nice Amazonite, especially the occasional like super dark pieces. These are quite valuable. And you could use that as a focal if you could use them all together, kind of as more of a graduated set for your necklace.
Oh, I love that idea.
But regardless, we just included a bunch so you can kind of like do whatever you like. This was a really fun 2-song score this year. And because we got such a good price, we were able to put a whole bunch of it in the box, probably more than you even need.
That's not possible. I need them all.
And then a few other shout outs. I am obsessed with these carved pie cones and some of our etched drooks. Oh, those look so good together.
They do. Those are beautiful together.
Saturn.
That was another one of my favorites, was the anchor coin bead. I love that so much. And I almost used it as the focal in my necklace. It was a toss-up. I just couldn't decide, but it was so cool.
Yeah, I don't think we've used that focal before, so it's fun to finally get to use that. We've like been waiting for the right month for it. It felt very fitting to use metals that were made in Greece for this box, because there's a long-standing tradition of Greek metalwork, especially of metalwork outside of just like tools and like very like practical uses. There's a really long-standing tradition of making just beautiful pieces of jewelry and art out of metal. So even still to this day, there's still a pretty decent industry of metalwork. So we carry a good bit of Greek metal in the shop, and we're able to include these 2 elements in this box: a pair of the lovely Greek sun, and then a wreath here as well of our olive branches.
So pretty.
And we're like, with the Olympics coming up, this felt very fitting to do right now.
Oh yeah.
And then there is more, but I think it's time for some making. So shout out to some of our top show leaves. This is the aqua quartz, which is a glass material. We have some spacers and carved ruins and fire polish, and we were able to put up just a lot of lovely tones in this box. I'm really happy with how this one came out. The drooks, table cup button, little ovals here as well. So really happy with how this one came out.
So pretty. It really is just quite beautiful. And you managed to capture like summertime colors without being like beach. You know what I mean? And that to me, because it keeps you like, you don't want to just do the same things every single year. You don't want to be predictable. Yep. For me, this was like, wow. This was really unexpected, but the color palette was just so spot on for the theme, but
Mhm.
also kind of gives you the summer vibes that I think we look for this time of year in beads and jewelry making. But you were able to take us on just a really beautiful journey. So
Mm.
I love this box. Absolutely love it. And I knew I would. It was a July box. Of course it was going to be fabulous.
But I'm so glad you saw the vision of what we were going for, of just really wanting to have a new take on what a summer theme could look like. And this
Yeah.
one really just has like a traveler vacation feel to it. I want everyone just to feel that ease with this box.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And with the designing as well, we really try to make sure the tones flow seamlessly together.
Yeah. You
So
nailed it. Gorgeous.
should I put the camera on you? Do you need a second? Do you want me to
Um,
try to?
let's see here if I can. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't do it. Let's see here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do what I want to do here.
You trying to flip the camera around?
Yeah, tell me how to do that with the phone.
I think there should be like a more and settings, maybe.
Okay, camera. Oh, there it is. It's just a few more steps with the phone than it is with. Look, I did it.
Are you able to turn on, or unlock the orientation maybe?
How's that? Is that okay? It's still just weird,
Yeah,
wide.
I'm wondering if you in your what's it called, Jesse? The control center of your phone, if you have to unlock so your phone can turn.
What's a good way to get there without ruining what we're doing here?
We should still get your audio. Let's see.
Okay,
Everything's
so
it would be like the little turn thing.
the
Makes
little
me
turn
unlock.
thing. Okay, hold on.
Welcome to IT troubleshooting.
So that's already on. It's just not.
Well, yeah, so it's off. It should be black.
Yeah, it's set to. It's on black.
Okay, and then try taking your phone out for a second and turn it, like holding it so it can like make sure
Okay,
it can
hold
turn first. Y'all, we're gonna do this. We got this.
on. Okay.
Sarah's piece is too beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. First things first, though, I got to figure out how to
For everyone curious, Sarah's done maybe like
hold.
1,000 streams with her iPad.
Oh,
and it
wait.
works.
I know why I didn't do it this way. I know why I didn't do that because my little tripod. I'm sorry. My
So-
tripod.
No, I'm buying you time. Don't worry. So Sarah's done like 1,000 streams on her iPad and it works seamlessly. And this
Mhm.
is her now trying to figure out how to deal with her phone on the fly. And even if it's vertical, we will take it, Sarah. We just want to be able to see what you're coming up with.
Yeah, that's all I can get out of the phone because of the way that my clamp is. It's built for an iPad, not for a phone. So
Okay.
if I turn it the other direction, it won't hold my phone. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good. I'm trying to. No, that's not better.
Oh man. Well, at least I'm here. I'm sorry, guys.
You're
And
good. You're good.
it feels a little dirty too. Hold on. Let's see here. Can we wipe it off a little bit? Any better? No. Okay. That's okay.
It really looks fine, Sarah.
Okay.
Don't stress.
Okay. So, are you gonna make something too?
I can attempt. I'm not. I think I'm done with my IT support, so I'll try to change my brain.
Okay. So I really just kind of wanted to keep things simple with this box because I wanted to focus on the beauty of the beads. And I also wanted to kind of take advantage of using a material that we have not used in a very, very long time. And that is memory wire. And I feel like memory wire does not
Ooh.
get enough love, particularly the necklace memory wire. I feel like sometimes people are a little bit intimidated by it because they assume that it's going to be a choker and it's going to be uncomfortable and all of those things. So I wanted to kind of demystify the necklace memory wire for everybody and put together just a simple strung necklace using the necklace memory wire and creating a beautiful focal to go with it. That is just simple. We're going to do a knotted head pin and make a little bail. Yes, yes, yes. And then I just wanted to use a combination of some of my favorites from the box. So you literally could use any of the beads from the box and string up a gorgeous pattern. So Sam and his team make it really easy for us to put these kinds of designs together because you literally could just put together anything. And I think it would look incredible. So we're going to keep it simple.
Shout out to Sara and Rachel. We do all the Bead Box planning, though. We've had Jessie sitting in on some Bead Box planning meetings.
Oh, I've wondered when there was going to be a beautiful Jessie box. So
I will say no more.
I love it. Love it. All right. So I want to start with the focal and then we're going to start stringing up our necklace. So I'm going to use this guy right here and I'm going to use some 20 gauge German style wire to wire wrap this. Now that's a lot bigger than what I normally use. I normally stick with like the 22 gauge, but I figured since I'm giving the memory wire some love, I could give the 20 gauge wire some love too. Things that get forgotten. So I'm giving some love and I'm using a gold color, but I think that this color palette that you've got, you could use silver, you could use antique brass. There are some situations with this where you could use some copper because there's already like your drucks that you've got have that beautiful copper color to them. So I think you could use a lot of different metal options, but I went with gold. So I'm going to take my 20 gauge wire here. And if you've never done a knotted head pin with a 20 gauge wire, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but
you gotta flex the muscles.
You do. You gotta use your pickleball arms for this. All right, and I've also cut my wire extra long because I'm going to do a bail that has 3 loops on it. So you need more than just your regular like 3 to 4 inches. All right, so we're going to come in with our round nose pliers. We're going to grab the very tip of that wire. And I feel like the focus is bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish you could see this better, but all right, we're going to roll that wire around the tip of the pliers once.
Yeah, I think the focus might be just a little further, slightly further away.
Yeah. There. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better down there.
Okay. All right, so once you've rolled around the tip of the pliers twice, and you're going to bend the wire out this direction. So not to the right where your hand is, but you want to bend it so that it's running underneath those 2 coils to the left, away from the tool. All right, you're going to take that off of the tool, and then you're going to take the tail end of that wire and stick it back through the 2 coils. I feel like I need to raise you guys up just a little bit too. Uh-oh, sorry.
You're good.
Get your sea legs. Sorry, everybody.
You have legs?
You never get to see him, but believe it or not.
Anytime Wanda sees you wearing shorts, she's like, what?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we are going to grab that wire with our nylon jaw pliers because we're going to pull that wire through there. You do not want to do this with regular pliers because it will tear off that coating that is on the wire. So definitely use your nylon jaw pliers to do this. And then you're going to grab the wire and you're going to pull. You're going to pull it through the jaws of the pliers. And you're going to pull a little knot into the end of the wire. All right. Wanda says she's seen Sam's legs. Oh, all right. Now I'm going to thread my bead on just like that. All right. And now I'm going to do 3 loops. So instead of doing just like a single wrapped loop, I'm going to do a triple. And I'm going to go ahead and bend the wire right where it is exiting the bead instead of bending it over the top of the pliers, doing things a little different here. And then I'm going to come in with my bail making pliers, or you can use your round nose pliers, just use like the back where it's a little bit larger. But I'm going to grab the wire. I'm going to go up and over and then rotate those pliers in my hand. Take the wire, whoops, and then roll that down to the surface of the bead. And then I'm going to open those pliers back up and guide that wire around the bail 2 more times.
Okay. I'm getting a fancy Sara bail.
Yeah.
This is one of those subtle touches that I think like really set some of your designs apart. It's just when you do these little extra touches that, and when y'all see what she's about to do, like it just looks so finished when you do these extra accents.
All right, so I actually did that twice, so 2 more times. So I've got a total of 3 wraps around the pliers, and then I'm going to switch hands here, and I'm going to wire wrap this, but because I rolled this down to the top of the bead, I'm not doing a wire wrap that's going to go upwards. I'm actually doing a wire wrap that's going to kind of come outwards a little bit. It's like creating like a little, almost like a little wire platform there. And you can do this messy, you can do it clean, it's whatever you want to do. Let me take this off so you can kind of get a better idea of what this looks like, because it's hard to see it when it's on the tool. Now I wrapped that really tight, so
yeah.
I'm gonna wiggle that off of there.
You told us you'd be using those muscles with this one.
So you can see it kind of makes like a little wire. It's almost like a wire spiral right at the top of the bead. And you can go around as many times as you want to. Make it as wide as you want.
It's you getting us to practice more brio wrapping, essentially.
All right, so then I'm going to come in with my cutter. I like mine just like it is, so I'm not going to go around anymore. I'm going to trim. All right, so you can see what that looks like. Now you can open those 3 wraps up if you want to. You can come in with like your flat nose pliers and open them so you can kind of slide the pliers in there. Just to kind of open up some space. Or you can leave it all together if you want to. It's totally up to you. I kind of like it more pinched together. It just kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I want those open, really open. It kind of looks like a flower. And then other times I want them really close together. So I'm going to leave mine just like that. But I think that that is a beautiful addition to this bead without taking away the beauty of the bead. I didn't do tons of wire work, though I did make a thick bail. It doesn't distract from the fact that this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous focal. So it's got a nice pop of metal here, but it still looks really clean.
Yeah, it's the perfect bail for that.
Yeah, love, love, love. Okay, so now I'm going to use some memory wire, and there's a couple of things that everybody needs to know about memory wire, whether you're using necklace memory wire or bracelet or ring size. And that is, you need to be sure that you're using a cutter that is appropriate for your memory wire. So it is tempered steel. It is really, really strong stuff. So if you use like your blue cutter here or your favorite cutter, you're going to damage the blades. So you need to be sure that you're using, like for me, I like to use the yellow handled cutter tool. This one is made specifically for thicker gauge wire, or a memory wire shear, which is of course designed just for the memory wire. I was looking for my shears, my memory wire shears. I couldn't find them. So
I can never find my memory wire shears. I don't know why they disappear so fast.
I know, I don't get it, but I couldn't find them, so I'm using this guy. But if you've got the memory wire shears, guys, use those. Now, another thing that you need to know is that because it is tempered steel, it does take a little extra. You're going to have to use your pickleball arms. It takes a little extra strength, right? So keep that in mind when you are doing the ends. Now, to keep your beads from falling off the ends, I use my round nose pliers or my memory wire finishing pliers or my bell making pliers to turn a loop at the end to keep my beads from falling off. However, there is a lot of different things that you can do. You can actually glue a bead to the end. There are some memory wire end caps that you can use. I just like to turn a loop because I don't like to mess with glue unless I absolutely have to. So
Yeah,
I,
I've based on talking to like many teachers and folks, like the consensus for most folks is just making the loop.
yeah, I mean, the glue is great and everything. That makes a nice clean end, but I always worry that the pressure of those beads up against that single bead with the glue on it is going to come off eventually.
Yeah,
So
it's
I,
not. I
I
don't think it's like a good forever sort of solution.
Exactly. All right, so I'm just going to use my round nose pliers and I'm going to turn a loop, and you can go either direction. I think I'm actually going to go inwards instead of outwards. And I don't do a single loop. I know a lot of people do just a single loop, but for me, I like to kind of double mine over at least 2 or 3 times.
For folks taking notes, this is something I learned from Sarah early on that to remember. It is so helpful.
Yeah, it really is, because sometimes those loops, because I don't know, there's something about the structure of the memory wire. That simple loop, if you just do one, to me, it just doesn't feel strong enough. So this is helpful. It's also really helpful for when you get to the end of your wire and maybe you don't know how much wire you need to leave behind to make that single loop at the end. So if you'll leave yourself an extra bit of wire and just know you're going to roll it down a little bit, then you don't have to even worry about it. So I
Yep.
yeah, that makes it much easier. Okay, so before we get to stringing the beads, let's look at the memory wire and look at the shape of this. Now, I don't know about you, Sam, but that's not big enough to go around my neck. It's just not. I'm just saying. So when you look at it, when you look at it, it's kind of like you have to imagine it stretched out. And you have to imagine that the beads plus gravity is really going to kind of help that happen. So the more beads you add to this, the more it's going to open up. So if you don't want a choker, add more beads to this. What you're going to get is not a choker, but a necklace that has structure. So
Mhm.
don't assume that just because it's memory wire means that it's going to be a choker bead. I mean, a
Question
choker
for
necklace.
you. Just to know exactly which one you're using, I think you're using the necklace memory wire.
Yep.
All right. It looks like it says we're low stock right now, but that means we do have stock on the necklace memory wire. It's only $5. If you go look on the Sam's Bead Shop app. I don't think we currently only have the multi-pack in silver, it looks like, which does include the necklace one, which is very helpful. And then we actually do have the memory wire shears as well.
Which you and I need, apparently.
Yeah, I was like,
That's too funny. All right, now I'm just going to start stringing on some beautiful beads here. I'm going to start with the fire polish, and I'm going to string on about 12 of those.
I love the little bead soup you've made. It's so pretty.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
It's so smart they're using daggers in a necklace too. I think that's the best way to use daggers.
Yeah. It's so
Like one of the
funny.
simplest.
I used to hate daggers. And that was years ago. I have changed my mind over the years about daggers. They used to just creep me out because they look like bug wings. And for the longest time, the only daggers that I ever saw were like clear gray. So they really did look like bug wings. I never saw any in really pretty colors that I really liked.
Yeah.
And then over the years, bead finishes change, more different things get popular. And I have since decided that they're quite beautiful and add some really cool things to a design. And they don't look like bug wings. But I used to not use them
I'm
at
so
all.
glad you've come around on them.
I know, right? I used to hate them. I would give them away. Be like, I have daggers. Somebody take these from me. Don't like them. But I don't feel that way anymore.
Well, now I have to show you one more thing now if we're talking about daggers.
Okay.
If I've already have the app open next to me, we just restocked our our dagger multi-pack, which has some of the coolest finishes of daggers in it, including like lots of these like laser ones.
I love the laser ones. Those are awesome.
So you get like 5 random strands for $15 and they're worth up to like $30 a bag. This is a super fun buy at the shop right now. You just search dagger on the app.
So cool. Love. Yeah, I'm glad I changed my mind about him.
Otherwise, no daggers for you.
Oh my goodness. All right. So there are about 12 of those fire polish. This is really going to kind of sit at the back of the neck. So I still wanted it to be beautiful, but I didn't want to add any extra, fun things back here. Just this beautiful solid swatch of blue to go to the back. Now I'm going to kind of bring in a little bit of a pattern here. I'm going to do 7 of these melons, which we didn't talk about when we were talking about the beads. These melons are gorgeous.
Oh, right. We didn't. There is indeed a third golden AB bead in the box.
And they're so pretty. And I'm going to pop a little English bead in between all of those. So I'm going to do a melon, the English cut, and then a melon and an English cut. So I'm going to do that little pattern until I get all 7 of those on. Okay.
I think Memory Wire is just such a good project if you want to involve friends and folks interested in learning jewelry making, because it really is a sort of thing where you can focus it much more on the design side of it than the technique side.
Yes.
And I think having projects that are too technique heavy when you're first starting out, it gets a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so these are like, Rachel's so good about, she always keeps like Memory Wire like stocked at our house so that anytime she wants to lead like a little craft something,
yeah,
she Memory Wire is the go-to.
Yep. I love it. It's a great kind of gateway into jewelry making. You know what I mean? I mean, it is. It's like, because you can literally give Memory Wire to anybody and say, here, put a pattern on this, and it's like instant gratification jewelry. Then they get excited about it and they're like, ooh, what else can I do?
You can do anything. Welcome to the bead addiction.
Exactly. There's no turning back now. Okay, so there is that set of beads, and then I'm just going to kind of slide those over. I do have a little issue with my Memory Wire. It's got a little spot in it where my beads are getting hung up, and I'm not sure. Just looks like a little inconsistency in the metal here, so I'm going to try to file it a little if I can.
I haven't quite seen that one before.
Yeah, it's weird. And I didn't notice it until I started stringing the beads. Or maybe that helped. Still a little bit of a challenge, but it'll do. This day is just, I don't know. Everything is a challenge today. I don't really know why. Okay.
Every time Sara forces a bead on there, like, everyone pray for the beads.
I know, right? That's a little scary. We're gonna cut this right here, and I'm gonna have to restring these. So I just don't trust that. I don't want to crack any of these beads.
Yep.
So that's gonna be enough. All right, let's take these off.
Sara was talking about how Memory Wire holds its shape really well. So if it gets kinked at all, like if it gets stored and kind of gets bent slightly, it's gonna remember that.
Oh yeah.
It is Memory Wire after all. And so this does make sense that this can happen if the wire got slightly bent.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is that the packaging, you always get like plenty of it.
Yeah.
So there's enough to play around with. What is happening in my life right now? Now I can't seem to get the beads on this side.
Sarah, you're my favorite person.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad I'm your favorite person because right now I'm not too fond of me at the moment because things are just not going my way today. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm about to just completely start over with a new piece of memory wire because this is just out of control. The good news is that we hadn't gotten very far into this project, so it's not like
Yeah, we're fine.
what's going on your bead mat, Sam?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm happy to chime in over here because bead troubles happen.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm working way down over here. There we go. So while Sarah was getting going, I literally just started doing the same thing over and over, not quite knowing what my result was going to be. But I started just by making 5 swirl head pins, another option that I enjoy, and I thought it would be kind of fun with this theme
So pretty.
to get a little of that spiral action going. And then Sarah was so obsessed with all the golden AB. I was like, oh, I really do like all of that. And so currently I just have 5 of these ready, wanting it to become some sort of necklace. The original idea was I was going to wrap onto
Ooh.
some of our pipe chain. But then as I make it, I'm trying to make it more and more minimalist because I want this to be a piece I could more of like an everyday type piece that I would wear. And so for me, that really has to be like lots of neutrals and metallics if I'm going to like get excited to wear it. So I'm currently figuring out what that might look like. So I think I'm actually just going to end up stringing these, but making this the center of the piece. I still haven't decided what other beads. I'll probably use a lot, of the drooks in the box. And I haven't decided what else. I'm hoping I might just end up using a lot more of the gold beads to kind of finish it off. And I was also looking through what my color options in some of this month's seed bead mixes that Rachel made.
Oh,
If I
so
wanted to use
pretty.
any of those, because she always makes some beautiful mixes to match the box. I think I'm gonna go with the bone color for this necklace. It just seems like the best neutral to
I love that.
kind of keep me in the simple mode. But I still I keep grabbing the pipe chain too because I love the idea of using some of the cord ends. I think would be so pretty. So I might figure out a way to just maybe put like a section on either side of the pipe chain so I could still use it. But I've not decided. There's also we also sell some like bone colored pipe chain that I'm possibly trying to scout out right now too. So that is where my design is currently heading.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Where would Sam have put a tub of white pipe chain? We have a few beads here at the shop, Sarah.
Just a few. Just a few.
Okay, one second. I think I know where it is.
What a day this has been. And I'm just getting started too. I'm a little worried about how the rest of the day is going to go.
It only get easier, right?
I hope so. I really hope so. You know, it all started this morning when I ran out of coffee creamer. I should have known. I should have known.
That's funny. See, and I think I already used up all of the color I wanted to. Because we have a creamier version of this one that Nile made custom for us. Too many options, Sarah.
Oh, but they're also pretty. I know. How do you choose?
I know. It's not bad. Sam, I'm getting too picky. Okay, Sam, just work on. I think I'm just gonna make it focus on the necklace itself. All right, I've got some of my bone soft flex. This is the medium that came in the trio we designed this month. Oh my God, for a second there, I thought there wasn't an opening and I wasn't going to be able to open the soft legs roll. Are you brewing the coffee strong these days?
Yeah. All right. So now I'm ready to add my focal here. I finally got caught back up and I put those beautiful dagger beads on here. So these are going to go on either side of my focal. So you can see I've got the fire polish, the melons, and then the daggers. And the daggers and the melons both have those English cut in between them. Now I'm going to make a little section here in the front for my focal. I'm going to do like, I think I'm going to do like 6 of the little English cut for my focal to sit on top of. So I'm going to thread all of those on, and then we'll thread the focal on top of that, and then we're just going to finish out our pattern.
I feel like this is such a good like project to start with too for the box, just to like get going.
Yeah.
Because I think Memorize is like a one where you just like don't have to think about too much. Just think about the order of the beads, nothing else.
Yep.
And just start from there. And then from there, maybe you can get even more complicated if you want to, but you don't really have to either.
Exactly. Exactly. And I know sometimes I can get a little, I, for one, I don't know about anybody else. I would imagine there are others that are like that, but sometimes I get overwhelmed. Your boxes are so full of the most beautiful things. Sometimes it's hard to know where to start. So you're right.
Mhm.
You know, picking up the memory wire is a good place to just kind of throw some things together. And then all of a sudden your creative juices are really going, you know, and you're like, oh, what about these combinations? So it's
It
really nice
really
to
only takes, yeah, it really only takes like that one piece to get you going.
exactly, exactly.
I'm debating how particular I'm gonna get with this necklace. I'm having too many ideas, Sarah.
That's a good problem to have.
Or like they're kind of nitpicky ideas. Like I'll show you what I'm working on in a second. Like I was like, is this worth it? And the answer is usually yes. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. So
Yes, yes, yes.
on my just nest over here. Here we go. So at first I was super happy because I realized if I made the loop exactly 90 degrees from the bottom spiral, that the bottom spiral would face out. But then I realized the whole square is going to be still spinning for the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And I like really liked the idea of the square and the spiral facing outwards. So I took some of my extra wire and kind of started wrapping down the bead. And I left a little extra piece here, which I've now decided to make into another spiral.
I love it though. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
And it's optional if we want to display the spiral. Here, let me get on camera. I'm using the little I love the little Xeron crimpers for this because they have such a nice fine point to them. And that little spiral is actually just enough that when you put it on the bead, which I'll do in a second once everything's straightened out, it can keep it from spinning, which I find very satisfying.
Yeah.
All right, so step 1, I'm just checking that the loop is still perpendicular to my spiral so that when I string it on this way, the spiral will face outward. Now I can decide what I want to do with this. So that can be the front or back. I think if I'm going to put the effort in making a spiral, I might as well display it. So basically what you want to do is press that spiral into the bead as best you can. And it's not gonna be like perfect, but like the general idea. There we go. Is that it should kind of be a little
my gosh, that's beautiful.
touch to hold it in place. So I finally have finished one piece of my necklace.
I think that's gorgeous.
And I guess folks are gonna probably ask, like, how do the spirals even come together? It's not too complicated, so I'll do one quick head pin. And Sarah, let me know when I should switch over to you, just so we don't miss a key step.
I'm getting right to the end here. We're going to roll the opposite end of this necklace. So
okay. So if I like to still use the Zurons. I find them just a little bit easier than my typical flat nose. Just because if you kind of compare the points, the Zurons here are just a little bit more narrow, which is not actually what I want for every situation, but in this case, definitely is. So I like to take the last couple millimeters and fold it over. And so it'll just be a little bend.
perfect.
And then this is the trickiest part, is just getting it to close in on itself. Sometimes it's very easy. Sometimes it feels like you'll never get it. Today it's fighting me. So if you flatten it a little bit, sometimes it helps it. All right. And basically once you have that as you like, it doesn't have to be perfectly in. That's just me getting a little obsessive here. So as long as it's mostly in, you can start your spiral. And all that is taking this a bit at a time. And I'm putting pressure with my thumb here to really keep the spiral tight. So I'm moving the wire with my dominant hand here with the plier and using my thumb as kind of, think of it as your guide.
I love that you're using that crimper tool for that. I'm gonna have to dig mine back out. I just recently put a box of things away, and those crimpers went into that box, and now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab mine.
These are the best crimpers. I love these crimpers.
I know they're really, really good ones. I just got a brand new crimper, so I was like, well, I don't need more than one crimper on the desk. But now I'm thinking, yeah, I do. I definitely do.
And then to actually make it more of a head pin, whoop, my wires going everywhere. You need to make it have a bend in it.
Now, what gauge again? I'm sorry. What gauge were you
using?
I
don't even think I said. I'm using a 22, which is kind of nice for this. I think 24 honestly starts to feel a little bit too thin. And I find if the spiral can start to unravel if I'm putting pressure on it.
Yeah.
Like, especially if I'm doing like a wire up at the top, I'm pulling too much, I'll start to like unwind this unintentionally. Which is a little bit easier, I find, doing it this way. We are using the 22 gauge. All right, let me switch over to Sarah.
All right, so I have all my beads are ready to go. So I just finished off my pattern here, which is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And we're just ready to roll the end. So I'm just going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm not going to trim this because I don't know how much I'm going to need for the to make my loops. I'm just going to roll it down until I get to the beads, and then I can always trim some off if I need to. So I'm just going to roll, which is way more loops than I will ever need for this. And I'm okay with that.
You truly bring it all the way in. Wow. I don't think I quite processed that step of it.
And then I'm just going to trim off because I don't need all of that, but I do have a couple of really strong, sturdy loops here, which is perfect. And then if you wanted to hang dangles, that's one of the, I think that's why I love memory wire. It just finally dawned on me because you've got the loops to add dangles to. That's what it is. I love it. You can put dangles on it, but we're not going to put dangles on this. We're going to stick to the project, but You can see, again, it's kind of an illusion here. It looks like this is a tiny, tiny necklace, but in reality, it's not. It's going to stretch out. The focal on this, gravity is going to kind of take hold, and it's going to open this up, and it's not going to be a choker style necklace. And the more beads you add to this, the longer this is going to hang on you. Now, like I said, it's still going to have structure because it is that tempered steel, but it doesn't have to, it's not going to sit right up next to your throat unless you beat it that way, right? So don't be afraid to use the memory wire, the necklace memory wire. Adding more beads can very easily solve the problem and make a nice long necklace. It's just going to have the perfect round shape to it. So
That's lovely, Sarah.
yeah, it's really pretty. And the beads, you did all the hard part for me, but I did realize that I put more daggers on one side than the other. It's that kind of day. I only have 6 on this side, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that side. So listen, I probably need to just go back to bed and start over again today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's been a day. It's been a day. I don't know why. I don't know. The universe is against me. I'm going to turn you guys around. It's going to take me a second to figure out how to do that, but I am going to do that. Oh gosh.
This is why have I enjoyed this? Why has this chaos been so much fun, Sarah?
I really don't know what has happened with me today, but it started first thing.
I don't think all the factors were in your control, so we can only
yeah, but putting the dagger beads on, that was totally in my control, and I just was not.
Yeah, but you're the one's gonna make the necklace, so or wear the necklace. So it's just like, it's okay.
It is okay. It's totally
It's not
fine.
like you made everyone else put 6 and 8.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so
also, I love that I've basically, if I could just pretend I've basically finished a pair of earrings at this point.
Gosh, the spirals were the perfect addition to those beads. So beautiful.
I'm now realizing I did not follow any sort of like direction.
Yeah.
But I think if I just keep it random, honestly, at this point with all 5 of them, I think it'll actually be fine.
They're so, so pretty.
But that's the idea, is I want to have all 5 laid out. Oh my gosh, I lost the beads. Oh, there's the last one. And that's like, this design is not going to be complex. This is the sort of thing I would wear as if it's very simple and kind of even feeling.
Now you're just showing off with your even beads. With me and my 8 on one side and 6 on the other. Won't you brag about it, Sam G? I'm just teasing you.
Oh, that's so funny.
So if this were even, it was quite lovely. Oh gosh. Yep.
Is the original design supposed to be 7 and 7, or what's the number?
Yeah, it was 7 and 7. I don't know how I messed that up. Actually, I do know how I messed it up. You want to know a secret? I'll tell you exactly what happened. So I always, just giving you guys a little insider, a little behind the scenes. So I use an iPad to film, right?
Yeah.
And today I couldn't use the iPad for whatever reason, and I'm stuck with the phone. Well, the problem is that the phone is where the picture of the design lives. So I open it up and I have it right here next to me as I'm working, and I couldn't do that today. So the design was just from memory, and I messed it up. So I didn't have my phone to guide me through it with the picture. So, I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I probably just need to go back to bed and start over again.
I think it's pretty funny that you didn't remember the memory wire project.
Oh gosh. Yep. And you over there bragging about your even design. Yeah, I know.
As I
My-
completed, at least yours is done.
That's you. I'm just calling mine asymmetrical. It's stylish. It was a design intention, okay?
That was too funny.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Always a pleasure to be with you, Sarah.
Never a dull moment when we hang out, Sarah.
Never, never. But that's what makes us so much fun.
Can I show you a couple of the beads for tonight's sale
Yes, yes.
before we wrap up? Because Sarah very kindly threw some beads on a palette for us. Oh my gosh, she even braided them.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we'll just pretend like I can put this on top. Okay.
So pretty.
So we have a few new beads for our sale tonight. It always works out that Sarah goes live Tuesday morning, and then we always have our Tuesday live sale in the evening. So it'll be at 5 o'clock Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Here's a few of the goodies we have coming up. This is our brand new cut we just got in, this Helix twist.
So pretty.
Which I'm kind of obsessed with. We've got some turquoise, of course, because it's Turquoise Tuesday. Some wampum shell, which we've actually never had in the shop before. Some Larimar. Some little spiny oyster stars I thought were so adorable that we just got in.
Oh, I love those. That color.
Isn't that's a natural color. Pink tourmaline over here that Shara's braided.
Is that?
And then, gorgeous. And then some moss aquamarine.
Mm.
And then some citrine over here too.
Oh my, that's my favorite. Every single one of those strands, just put them in an envelope and send them to me. Those are mine right there. I want every single. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty.
Yes, we're not messing around tonight. It's our Bead Box celebration sales. We've tried to pick out things that will go nicely with the box. We thought like some of that citrine and turquoise will look really nice with the box.
Absolutely. So, great choices.
Hope y'all will join us for that. Definitely make sure you're on our text list. That's at joinsamsbeadshop.com, or you can just on the app go to account and click this little like email list button. And you can join the text list there as well.
Easy peasy.
Sarah, what do you have coming up?
So I have Hardwired is meeting this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and hopefully my iPad will be back in business by then. I don't know. I'm going to spend the next little bit of time figuring out what's wrong with that as I restring this necklace, because I cannot sleep tonight if I don't. And then Friday, Feel Good Friday is happening at 1 p.m. But then next week, I'm on the road. I'm headed to Lancaster, Pennsylvania for Bead Fest. So I will be doing all things from the road next week. I don't know what those lives are going to look like. I don't know where they're going to be and what time those are going to be, but I will keep everybody up to date with that. I'm getting ready to go, making my final checklist of all the things I got to pack. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just had a conversation with Anne of Gardan this morning. She's an amazing, for those of you who don't know, she's amazing enamel worker, and we're putting together a little something with Anne and I, and I'll be hanging out with Meredith Roddy, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know some of the people that are watching are gonna be there, so I can't wait to see some of you in person. It's gonna be a lot.
Meredith a hug for me, please.
Absolutely. It's gonna be fun.
I don't know why we have never been able to align our Bead Fest or Tucson.
I know.
But, oh my
I
goodness.
know. And you know what's really bad is I'm in the beginning stages of planning my vacation again, because I like to plan, well in advance. And I was like, just fall during Tucson again. Part of it does. Part of it does.
Oh,
Not the whole thing, but part of it kind of falls in that
okay.
Tucson time. So I don't know. I'm thinking that hopefully I can swing it so that I can be in Tucson for at least 3 days and
Mhm.
then just hop on a plane and make my way to vacation and just make the whole thing one trip. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. But hopefully I'll be on your
Mhm.
side of the country very soon. Well, I mean not too soon, but soon enough. Soon
Yeah,
enough.
I hope so. This has been wonderful. Thank you for persisting even given the iPad meltdown.
Just keeping it real. You know how I do.
It's great. We love that about you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sam. As always, it is always a pleasure to hang with you. And thank you for putting together such beautiful bead boxes and sharing those with us every month. We look forward to this day every month. So, guys, don't forget to check out Sam's sale tonight, Hardwired. I will see you at 4, and the rest of you, I'll see you on Friday at 1 p.m.
Yay! And don't forget to subscribe to Sam's Bead Box if you're
Yes,
not already, or pick up the extras of this box. We got everything ready for you.
absolutely.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sam. Bye, guys.
Bye.